What suddenly lit the fuse on this legislation today? And the answer to that actually starts back in September 2023 with
Yeah.
Nari Shakti Vandanadhiniyam, the Women's Reservation Act.
That 2023 law was a landmark piece of legislation. It mandates a 33% reservation for women in the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies.
Which is huge.
Oh, it was universally celebrated. But it came with a massive structural catch.
Right. The catch was that the law was strictly tied to a future delimitation exercise.
Exactly.
It couldn't just be rolled out the next day. So these new bills aim to fast-track that exact process. Under this new expanded House of 815 state seats, 272 of those seats will be specifically reserved for women.
And those 272 seats won't just be static, by the way.
What do you mean?
The legislation dictates that the reserve seats will be allotted by rotation among different constituencies across the states.
Oh, so practically that means if your constituency is reserved for a female candidate in one election cycle, it might be an open, unreserved seat in the next.
Yes, while the reservation shifts to a neighboring district.
That's interesting.
It ensures that the burden or the opportunity of reserve seats moves dynamically across the map over time. The opposition parties, however, are pointing to a very different set of mechanics behind the scenes.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Leaders like Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Shashi Tharoor, they've made it very clear in their statements today that they fully support the implementation of the women's quota.
Right. No one is arguing against the 33%.
Exactly. Their opposition is entirely focused on the requirement to link that quota to the delimitation process.
Yeah, I was reading through the law blogs trying to understand why these two things were stitched together in the first place.
It's a great question.
Because if everyone in Parliament agrees that a 33% reservation for women is necessary, why couldn't they just pass a law today that reserves 33% of the existing 543 seats?
Yeah.
Why trigger a massive, complicated redraw of the national map? And the analysts use a very specific phrase to explain this: political demonetization.
It is a striking term.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because, as I understand it, political demonetization essentially means that if you implement a 33% quota within the existing fixed number of 543 seats.
Hundreds of sitting male politicians are going to get fired overnight.
Exactly. You would have to forcibly retire a massive chunk of male incumbents to make room for female candidates.
And that is the core political reality the analysts are highlighting.